So we're going to get into some heart opening, shoulders, upper back. If you have a bolster or a couple of blocks, you can have that. If not, it's totally fine. If your shoulders are on the tighter side, you might want a strap or a towel or something just to like connect your hands behind your back if you like that. And we'll get started on our backs today in a heart opening shape. So if you have two blocks, you can set up your little ramp for a heart opener. You'll place one block at the highest height, the next block at medium height, and then go ahead and lay back on top of that. And the lower block goes right underneath your shoulder blades, and then the higher block goes underneath your head. You can also place a bolster or a pillow or a blanket underneath your spine. Open your arms out to the sides. And if you don't have any of these props, just lay down onto your back and open your elbows out to the sides with your palms facing up. And just take the first few moments opening up into this shape, just allowing your body to settle in here. Feel the space across the chest, across the collarbones opening up, and let the back side of the body relax heavy. Feel your head supported, feel your legs supported. You can choose the position of your legs that's comfortable here. If it's okay, you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana with the bottoms of the feet, the soles touching, knees open, or you can lay with your legs extended or bend your knees up. So once you get settled into the shape of your choice, gentle heart opening, feel free to let your eyes relax, close. And we'll start just by taking a few rounds of deep breaths. So feel yourself empty out the breath completely, just exhaling everything out, emptying out the lungs. And then together, take a big full breath in through the nose, expand through the belly, ribs, chest, pausing at the top of your breath. And through the mouth, let it all go. And a couple more breaths like that. Big full breath in, expand through the belly, ribs, chest, pausing at the top of your breath. And through the mouth, let it go. Just one more together. Full breath in, expand through the belly, ribs, chest. And through the mouth, let it all go. On your next round of breath, the same full breath in through the nose. And now keep your lips sealed and breathe out through the nose as well. And start to keep your lips sealed and take your breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Just find that steady rhythm of breathing, nice and even in and out. And so if you're on blocks or on a bolster, start to reach your arms all the way back with your palms facing up. You can just let the arms kind of dangle depending on your flexibility. They might touch the ground behind you, but just getting into that space of the shoulders and the upper back a little bit more. And if you're just flat on your back, just keep your elbows open out to the sides. Take a couple more full rounds of breath here. And from this open space, if you'd like to create an intention for your practice, feel free to set one. Any positive thought for yourself or for anyone else who might need it. And a couple more moments. And from wherever you are, start to gently bend your knees up, plant your feet down onto the earth. And reach your right arm out towards the right, and we're going to gently roll to the right. Use your right arm to brace you if you're rolling off any props. Use your hands and arms to press yourself up to seated, and you can move your blocks or your bolster, any props you were using, just off out to the side for now. Come into your tabletop position on all fours, hands and knees. Spread through the fingers wide, ground into the palms with your wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Take an inhale as you lower your belly down. Take your gaze forward, open up through the chest, cow pose. And then exhale, press the earth away, round up through the spine, cat pose. Just continue with the breath. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the hips, lift the head. Exhale and round up through the spine. Continue to flow with your breath. And you can add any side to side movements with the head and hips or circular movements with the hips. And just make sure to balance everything out, going in the opposite direction as well, if you're choosing any of those circular movement patterns. And start to come back to your neutral spine, back to all fours, and hug in your lower belly. So just notice if your belly will naturally just start to pooch down, hug it in so you have that strengthening through the core. And step your feet back one at a time into plank position. Keep your shoulders above your wrists, reach energy back through the heels, feel the legs pressing straight, pressing the earth away with the strength of your arms. Take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, you can pause and take a moment to pedal out your feet. So waking up the ankles, calves, backs of the legs. And start to come back to your stillness in your downward dog. Lift the heels up high. We're going to roll forward to a version of upward dog. So feel like you're rounding up through the spine as you shift your shoulders over your wrists. Keep your toes tucked under. Lower your hips down, but strengthen through the core. Open up through the chest. It's like upward dog, but the toes are tucked under. And then use the strength of the core to pull the belly in and up, round through the upper spine as you press the hips up and back to your downward dog. And we'll roll through that 3 more times with the breath. So inhaling as you roll forward, round through the spine with control, let your hips dip, open through the chest. And as you exhale, pressing all the way up and back to your downward facing dog. Take 2 more at your pace. You can go slower or you can take this a little bit more quickly pace, just moving with control. 1 more round. Good, start to walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Take your time getting up to your forward fold at the top of your space. Feet are about hip distance, let your upper body hang. You can hold on to your elbows for a moment and gently sway side to side. Bend your knees so that you can bring your fingertips to touch the ground or set up your blocks underneath your fingertips. We're going to twist open to the right, so straighten your right leg, sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Chest opens up towards the right side. Feel the heart lengthening forward, crown of the head lengthening forward, and big stretch into the back of the right leg. Good, back through center, bend into both knees, keep your feet hip distance, rise up to your chair pose, pressing into the feet, reaching your arms and chest up. Press into your feet, inhale, rise all the way up to standing, touch your palms overhead, and then bring your hands to the heart space. And inhale, sweeping your arms up, big circle through the arms, through the chest. And exhale, fold it forward, let it go. Rise up halfway, flat spine. Exhale and fold, plant your palms, step it back to plank position. Head slowly lower to the belly with control, passing through chaturanga. Keep your elbows close to the body, toes point back. Take your fingertips off of your mat in line with your shoulders. Press into the tops of the feet. Lift your chest up to this little bit higher cobra. Keep strong through the legs and through the core. And exhale, float your chest back down. 2 more with the breath. Inhale, lifting up. Draw the shoulders down the back. Gently release. 1 more with the breath, rising up. And exhale, gently release. Hands by your chest, tuck your toes, press up to plank. You're welcome to use your knees for support. Lift the hips all the way up and back to your downward facing dog. And walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands, coming back up to the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold it back down. And again, with your feet about hip distance, bend into your knees. Walk your fingertips underneath the shoulders, pull the heart forward a bit, and then we'll twist open towards the left. Straighten your left leg, reach your left arm up towards the sky, turning the chest open. Heart and crown of the head drawing forward, opening through the side, the chest, opening up through the fingertips. And take 1 more inhale breath. Good. Exhale, fold it back down, bend into both knees. Back to your chair, Utkatasana, sweeping the arms up, sitting down low. And then take your hands and lace up your fingers behind your back. Take a moment here, just opening up through the chest. Good. Strengthening into the legs, press into both feet and stand up tall. Hands are still laced up behind the back. Good. Inhale, circle your arms up, touch palms overhead at the top of your breath. Exhale and fold it forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold, plant your palms, step it back to plank position. Lower slow chaturanga, halfway or all the way to the belly. Good, toes point back, rise to Cobra with the elbows bent or press your arms straight, float the thighs off the mat into your upward facing dog. And tuck your toes with your hips all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. And breathe in your downward facing dog. Good, walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands, back up to the top of your space, folding in. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale, deep fold, back down. And rise all the way to stand, sweeping arms up, touching palms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart space. Surya A, sun salutation A. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, folding forward. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale and fold, step it back to plank. Lower slow, chaturanga. And press the earth away. Inhale to lift up to your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. And inhale your right leg up and back, three-legged downward dog. And knee to chest, knee to nose, round up through the spine. We're gonna pause here. Feel the belly hugging in. Try to squeeze your heel to the bottom. Maybe you can try to tuck your knee towards your nose. Good. Look between your palms, lightly step your foot all the way through between your palms. Lower your left knee down. Point your toes back, rise up to your low crescent. Sweep your arms forward and up. And then exhale, take your hands, lace up the fingers behind your back, opening up through the chest. Keep the control in the lower belly and feel the lift up through the sternum. And inhale, reach your arms forward and up, back to your low crescent. Option to touch your palms, look up. And come into a standing splits. Bring your fingertips down, press off the ball of the back foot, and float your left leg up towards the sky just for the breath. And exhale, step your feet together at the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold back down. And rise all the way to stand. Sweep your arms up. Touch palms overhead at the top of the breath. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And inhale, sweeping your arms up. And exhaling to fold forward. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale and fold, step it back to plank. Vinyasa, or make your way straight into downward dog. At any time you want to skip or modify vinyasas, feel free. Breathe in your downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back, reach back through the heel. Knee to chest, knee to nose. Again, pause here, hover here. Feel the strength of the core. Maybe you can round up through your spine to touch the knee to the nose. Squeeze your heel towards your bottom. And look between your palms, lightly step between your palms. Lower your right knee down, point your toes back. Rise up to your low crescent, sweeping up through the arms, through the chest, through the fingertips. Feel that lengthening and lifting. And as you exhale, take your hands, lace up your fingers behind your back. Do the other pinky on top. So switching the lacing of the fingers by one. And again, pull the sternum open. Keep your core engaged. Feel the stretch into the front of the right thigh, right hip. Good. Inhale, reaching your arms back up. Option to touch your palms. Look up, little upper back bend. Exhale, fingertips down. Press off the ball of the right foot. Standing split on the side, right, reaching up through your right toes. Exhale, step your feet together at the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale and fold back down. And rise all the way to standing, sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of your breath. Go ahead, exhale, hands to heart space. And sweep your arms up. Inhale to lift. Exhale, fold it forward, let it go. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale and fold, step it back or float it back. Vinyasa. Moving with control, moving with your breath. Make your way into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg up and back, three-legged downward dog. Knee to chest, step it through between your palms. Keep your feet hip distance, rise forward and up to high crescent, hips and chest face forward. This time as you exhale, open through the elbows, widen through the chest. Good, reach your arms back up towards the sky. 2 more times, open through the elbows. Option to tap your left knee down. Inhale, reach it back up. 1 more time with the elbows, maybe tapping the left knee down. Good, reach it back up. Standing splits again, just for the breath. Fingertips down, left leg floats up. And exhale, step your feet together at the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale, deep fold back down and rise all the way to stand. Pressing into the feet, reaching your arms up, touching palms. Hands to heart space. Other side, inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhaling to fold it forward. Rise up halfway, inhale. Exhale and fold, step it back, float it back. Vinyasa. And breathe into this space. Then take your left leg up and back, three-legged downward dog. Knee to chest, step it through between your palms, set up your feet hip distance, rising forward and up to high crescent, sweeping up. And as you exhale, open through the elbows again, widen through the chest here. And reach your arms back up towards the sky. 2 more times, open through the elbows. Option is tap your back knee down. Reach it back up. 1 more time, open through the elbows, maybe tap your right knee down. And reach it back up, standing splits just for the breath. Fingertips down to the ground or blocks, float your right leg high. Exhale, feet together at the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale, deep fold back down and then rise all the way to standing. Sweeping your arms up, touching palms. Bring your hands to the heart space. Okay, take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Toes turn towards the corners of your space. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Gathering energy up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart space. Sit down into Malasana. Coming into your squat. You can sit on top of a block or props here. Press your palms together. Feel your chest widening open, shoulders drawing down the back. You can gently use the pressure of the elbows to open up through the knees. And steady breaths wherever you are. We're going to go for a twist to the right. So take your left arm on the inside of the leg. Sweep your right arm open towards the right, like up at a diagonal. So you can trick your gaze to follow your right thumb as you open up through the chest. And 1 more inhale, opening up through the chest here, reaching the fingertips up. And exhale back through center. Switch sides, right fingertips down on the inside of the right leg. Sweep your left arm up. And feel the chest drawing open, shoulders draw slightly together and down the back. And take 1 more inhale, breath opening up. Exhale, bring your palms back to touch and then touch your fingertips down, press your legs straight. Turn your toes forward, walk your feet back to about hip distance, rise up halfway. Exhale and fold it back down. Set up for your chair. Feet can stay hip distance or bring your big toes to touch. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up and sit down low. Steady breaths right here. And arms are strong, core is hugging in at the same time, shoulders are softening down the back. So find that balance between effort and ease. See if you can sit your hips down a little bit lower. You're gonna press all the way up to standing. Touch your palms overhead at the top of your breath. Go ahead, exhale, hands to heart space. Balance on your right foot. Inhale, hug your left knee up towards your chest. Flex through the left foot. Exhale, warrior 3, heart forward, reaching back through the left heel. Try to get your hips squared down at the same level. All of your left toes are pointing down, energy reaching back through the left heel, reaching forward through the heart, through the crown of the head. And 1 more inhale, breath. We're gonna take a big step back with this left foot. Pop the ball of the foot down, rise up to high crescent. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Then as you exhale, open up to your warrior 2. And straighten your front knee, reach both arms up and overhead. Exhale, back to your warrior 2. And 2 more times, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up. Back to warrior 2, float the arms down. And 1 more time, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up. This time in warrior 2, bend with your legs, float your arms out to a T, and keep reaching your arms down and behind you to find that lacing of the fingertips, opening up through the chest. And lean your chest back, point your knuckles towards your front foot. A version of reverse warrior, taking the spine. Good, lean your chest forward, point your knuckles towards your back foot. A side angle version, opening up through the chest. Good, let your chest hover here. Try to get that 90-degree bend in your right knee. Couple more rounds of breath. Chest is open towards the side. And then more traditional, bring your right forearm onto the thigh, hand to the ground or to a block, and extend this left arm, reach it all the way forward alongside the ear. Utthita version, extended side angle. 1 more inhale, breath. Now as you exhale, take this left arm, circle it forward and down on the inside of the foot. You're gonna walk it around, Skandasana towards the back of your mat, bend into your left knee. Take your right fingertips underneath your chest and sweep your left arm open towards the sky. So your chest is turning open towards the back of our space. And 1 more inhale, opening up. Exhale, sweep your left hand down. Inhale, press your legs straight through center. Exhale, turn forward back into your lunge. Plant your palms down. Step it back to plank position. Vinyasa or downward dog. Move through with the breath, going at your pace. We'll all meet a downward facing dog. Good, walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands. Make your way back up to the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down and rise all the way to standing. Sweeping your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of your breath. Hands to the heart space. Good, balance on your left foot now. Bring your right knee about to the level of the hip and flex through the right foot. Good, so find your nice, long, tall spine. Core is hugging in. Take one more inhale breath here. Exhale, warrior three. Heart draws forward, chest draws forward. Reach back through your right heel. And so naturally, your right hip will try to turn open towards the right. It will try to lift higher than the left hip. Try to keep your hips at the same level towards the ground. Take one more inhale breath. Feel length through the entire body. As you exhale, big step back. Land the ball of the right foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky high crescent. Exhale, open up to warrior two. We'll float in and out of this pose. Straighten your left knee, reach your arms up. Exhale, float it back down, warrior two. Two more, straighten the front knee, reach your arms up. And float it back down to your warrior two. One more time, straighten the front knee, reach your arms up. Float down past warrior two, take your hands, lace up your fingers behind you, other pinky on top. And lean your chest back, point your knuckles towards your front foot. It's like a reverse warrior version. Take a moment opening through the heart space. And then take one more inhale here. Exhale, drawing your heart forward, point your knuckles towards your back foot. Keep your chest opening, feel almost like you're rolling your right shoulder behind you. Strong through the legs, strong through the core, supporting you, keeping you lifted. And just switching the arms, bring your left forearm on top of the thigh or to the ground or to a block. Take your right arm, extend it all the way forward alongside the ear. Nice big stretch from the back heel all the way through the right fingertips. Extended side angle pose. Good, start to sweep this right arm down, forward and down. We're gonna walk it along the edge of the mat. Skandasana towards the back, bend into your right knee. Take your left hand underneath the chest and sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Stacking your shoulders open, turning your chest open towards the back of our space. And take one more inhale, opening up. And exhale, bring your right hand down, walk it through the long side of the mat. Come back to your lunge facing forward, plant your palms. Step it back to plank position. Vinyasa or downward dog, moving through with the breath. And walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands, coming back up to the top of your space, rise up halfway. Exhale, deep fold, back down, rise all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms up, touching palms overhead at the top of your breath. Good, bring your hands down in front of the heart. We'll make that flow a little bit more fluid. Balance on your right foot, hug your left knee up towards your chest, flex through the foot. And standing tall, take another inhale breath. Exhale, warrior three, balancing your heart forward, reaching back through the heel. If you want to change the version of your arms, you can reach the arms back, you can reach the arms forward, even out to a T, or keep your hands at the heart for one more inhale breath, lengthening through your body wherever you are. Exhale, big step back, land the ball of the foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up to your high crescent. And exhale, open up to your warrior two. Good, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale and float it back down, warrior two. Two more, straighten your front knee, reach the arms up. Float it back down. One more, reaching the arms up. Warrior two with your hands laced up behind you. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior, pointing your knuckles towards your front foot. Good, exhale, extended side, drawing your heart forward, pointing your knuckles towards your back foot. Pause for a round of breath here. Go ahead, take your right forearm to the thigh or hand to the ground or to a block. Take your left arm, extend it all the way alongside the ear. Find that extended version. And one more inhale. Exhale, sweep your left hand down. We're gonna walk it along the edge of the mat, Skandasana towards the back. Open up into your twist, right fingertips underneath the chest. Turn your left arm up towards the sky. And take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Inhale, walk it through center. And as you exhale, turn back forward towards your lunge. Plant your palms down. Step your right foot back. Vinyasa or downward dog, moving through with the breath. Walk, step, or float your feet up to your hands. Come back up to the top of your space. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down and rise all the way to stand, sweeping arms up, touching palms overhead at the top. And bring your hands to the heart. Go ahead, balance on your left foot. Hug your right knee about to the level of your hip. Flex through the foot. Tall spine, take another inhale. Exhale, nice and steady, warrior three. Change the version of the arms if you'd like. Find your balance, find your focus. And take one more inhale breath. Exhale, big step back, catch the ball of the foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, open up to your warrior two. Good, straighten your left knee, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Two more, straighten your front knee, reach the arms up. Float it back down, warrior two. And one more, straighten the front knee, reach your arms up. Warrior two with your hands laced up behind your back. Inhale, reach your chest back, drop the knuckles, point forward towards your front foot. Good, exhale, heart forward, point your knuckles towards your back foot. Pause here for a breath in and out. Chest is rotating open towards the sky. Good, take your extended version, forearm to the thigh or hand to the ground. Reach your right arm all the way alongside your ear. Find that nice long line of energy. Good, take one more inhale breath, stretching through the fingertips. Exhale, sweep this right arm down in front of you, walk it around. Skandasana towards the back and set up for your twist. Bring your left hand underneath the shoulder, underneath the chest, and sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Feel the chest turning open. And take one more inhale breath. Exhale, fingertips down. Inhale, walk it through center. And then exhale, turn towards the front, back into your lunge. Plant your palms down, step it back. Vinyasa or downward dog, moving through with your breath. And take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale your right leg up and back, three-legged downward dog. Need to chest step it through between your palms. Spin your back heel down. We're gonna rise up, open up to a warrior two. Chest opens up towards the left side. Good, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up and overhead. Float it back down to warrior two. Two more times, straighten the front knee, reach your arms up. Float it back down. One more time, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up. Coming back to that version with your hands laced up behind your back. And inhale, reach your chest back, knuckles point forward towards your front foot. And exhale, shoulders forward, knuckles point towards your back foot. Pause for a round of breath in and out, strong through the legs, chest rotating open. Good, extended side angle, right forearm to the thigh, to the hand, hand to the ground or a block. You take your left arm, stretch it all the way forward alongside the ear. Good, take this left arm, this top arm, wrap it behind your back for a half bind. And try to keep this half bind as we shift into half moon, Artichondrasana. Keep your chest directing open towards the left. Guide your right fingertips about a foot in front of your right foot, slightly towards the pinky toe side. Left leg will float up. Use a block underneath your hand if you'd like. And that half bind is helping you to guide your chest open towards the side. Steady breath to wherever you are. If you need to expand the left arm up towards the sky, that's totally fine. If you want to go for another challenge, reach your left fingertips towards the back of your space and see if you can reach your right fingertips and lace up the fingers behind you. And opening up through the chest, shoulders a little bit more. Good, wherever you are, softly land it back, warrior two. Bend into your front knee, reach your arms out to a T. Reverse triangle, press your right leg straight, reach your arms and chest all the way up and back. Good, reach your chest upright, shift forward, and exhale into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take a moment, extend through the sides of the waist here. Grounding through the feet, lengthen through the sides of the waist, through the arms. Inhale, reach it back to reverse warrior. Come back to that familiar shape, and then as you exhale, circle your hands down. Plant your palms down to frame the right foot, step it back to plank position. Vinyasa or downward dog, flowing through with the breath. Pausing your downward dog, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Then inhale your left leg up and back. Knee to chest, step your foot all the way through between your palms. Spin your right heel down, rise up, open up to your warrior two on this side. In and out of this pose, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale and float it back down. Okay, 2 more, straighten your front knee, reach your arms up. Exhale and float it back down. And 1 more, straightening the front knee, reach your arms up. Back to your warrior two with the version of your hands laced up behind your back. Go ahead, reach your chest back, put your knuckles towards your front foot. Go ahead, reach your chest forward, put your knuckles towards your back foot. Pause for a round of breath here, opening through the chest. Go ahead, take your left forearm to the top of the thigh and reach your right arm, extend it all the way forward alongside the ear, extended side angle. Go ahead, and then take your right arm, your top arm, wrap it behind your back. Take a half bind and use that bind to help encourage your chest to open up towards the side wall. See if you can keep that openness through the chest, opening towards the side as you guide yourself into your half moon, Artichondrasana. Left fingertips shift in front of your left foot. Right leg reaches up, opening up through the chest. Start to stack your shoulders open, stack your hips open. Go ahead, take the version of balance that works for you. You can extend your right arm straight up to the sky. If you want to go for that clasp with the arms behind you, reach your right arm, extend it towards the back of your space. You can float your balance off your left fingertips. Clasp your hands behind you, opening through the chest. And take 1 more inhale wherever you are. Exhale and softly land it back to your warrior two, arms out to the sides. Reverse triangle, press your left leg straight, reach your arms and chest all the way up and back. Good, inhale, chest upright, arms out to a T, shift your chest forward. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take a pause here. Good, grounded through the legs, opening through the chest, find the length from the tailbone through the crown of the head, through the spine, and also the line of energy from the bottom hand up through the top fingertips. And reverse warrior, bend into your front knee, inhale, arms and chest circle back. And then circle your hands down to your mat, plant your palms, step it back to plank position. Vinyasa or downward dog. And again, take a full breath in and a slow breath out. Good, shift forward to plank, shoulders over your wrists. Keep your left palm grounded. We're opening up to side plank here. Roll your heels to the left or lower your left knee down. Reach your right arm up to the sky, shoulders stack open. You can also lower your bottom knee down to the mat. And if you want to take it a little bit further, float your right leg above the left. Start to bend your right knee. Take your toes off your mat, off to the side. Wild thing, lift the hips, lift the heart, and reach your right arm up and alongside your ear towards the front of your space. Slowly make your way back down to plank from wherever you are, nice and controlled. Hand and feet come back down. Lower slowly all the way to the belly, nice and slow. Point your toes back, reach your arms back, and just rest on one cheek. Take a moment grounded. And we did so much openness across the front side of the body. And right here, just feel your shoulders. Let them round down towards the earth. Find that softness, letting go of the effort into that space. And take another full breath in. And a slow breath out. Good, bring your hands by your chest, bring your head back through center. We're gonna press back up to plank position. Use your knees if needed. Try to rise up in one piece, nice and strong. And now keep your right arm grounded. Side plank, keeping your right arm grounded. Keep your right hand grounded. Keep your left arm up towards the left side. And again, you can do a version with your bottom knee lowered. You can stack your feet, stagger your feet. If you wanna go for that back bend, float your left leg up. Take it step by step with control. Bend your knee. Point the toes, step them off of your mat, over towards the left, lift your hips, lift your heart. Take your left arm, stretch it alongside the ear. And slowly back down to plank. Lower your left hand down, set up your feet back to your plank position, pause and plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. And again, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows close to the body as you lower through. Reach your arms back, rest on the opposite cheek. Give yourself a few moments to rest here. Again, shoulders are relaxing down, body is heavy. And take a full breath in, slow breath out. Okay, bend your knees so the feet are up towards the sky, and widen your knees apart a little bit, wider than your hips. And you're just gonna sweep your feet, sweep the bottom half of your legs side to side, like windshield wipers, just finding a little bit of a release into the hips and lower back. I'm gonna come back up through center, point your toes back, bring your head back through center, bring your hands by your chest. Press it back to a child's pose, rising up through your hands and knees, widen your knees apart, bring your toes to touch, shift your hips all the way back towards your heels. Arms can stretch forward or you can reach them back to the outsides of the legs and soften into this shape. And take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And start to rise up to seated. So bring your knees together, bring your feet together. You can tuck your toes, you can point your toes back, or you can set up a block or a prop underneath your hips to sit on top of. So coming up to seated on our shins or onto our heels, find a nice tall spine. We're gonna make our way into rabbit pose. So from here, take your hands, lace up your fingers behind your back, open up through the chest. And in a moment, you're going to, if you need to watch first, you can. You're gonna take the crown of your head as close to your knees as possible. So tuck your chin in towards your chest, crown of the head, right close to your knees, as close to your knees as possible. Let your hips lift up. Knuckles can come up towards the sky, slightly overhead, stretching into the shoulders, stretching the back of the neck. Breathe here. Release your arms, sit your hips back down. Coming back upright, take your hands to the tops of the thighs with your palms facing up. Open up through your chest. And take another full breath in. And slowly let it go through the mouth. And if you're sitting on a block, you can just lift your hips up, move the block off to the side. Come back to your tabletop, lift a little bit higher onto your fingertips now. Do a few rounds of cow and cat here. And just notice if you can get a stretch more into the space between the shoulder blades and upper back just by lifting up higher a few more inches. And again, you can here add any side to side movements or circular movements. Just kind of going in both ways. Good, use your hands to walk yourself back. Shift your hips to one side so you can take your legs all the way out in front of you. So just coming to seated, go ahead and bend your right knee up and then step your foot to the outside of your left leg. So you're crossing your foot over the left thigh. Keep your left foot flexed, toes are pointing up. Take your right fingertips back behind your hips. Inhale, reach your left fingertips up towards the sky, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, twisting towards the right, you can hook your elbow to the outside of the knee or just hug around the knee. Take another inhale to sit up tall, widen across the collarbones, across the chest. As you exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. You can look back over your right shoulder. Make sure your left foot is active. Toes are still flexing back. And breathe into your twist. And you can use that idea of lengthening on your inhale. And with the space of that length as you exhale, maybe you can twist a little bit deeper when you find yourself at your edge. Just breathe into your twist. One more inhale, breath. And exhale, gently release back through center, hands to the outside of the hips. Switch your legs, extend your right leg forward, bend your left knee up, and then step it up and across to the outside of your right thigh. Take your left fingertips behind you now. Inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, twist across over towards the left side. Another inhale, sit up taller, open through the chest. Exhale, you can look back over your left shoulder and find your full breaths in and out. One more inhale breath. And exhale, return back to center, hands to the outsides of the hips. Extend both of your legs out long. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Reach your hands anywhere onto the legs, maybe to the bottoms of the feet. Feel the spine lengthening as you melt your chest towards the thighs. It's fine to have that little bend behind your knees just so you're not locking the legs out. Feel the stretch into the backs of the legs, into the back as well. About 3 more breaths here. Soften into it with every exhale. Good. Use your hands to press yourself back up to seated. Bend your knees up. Hips are right to the middle of your mat if you're not already there. And then use your hands and arms to slowly support you, rolling all the way down the spine. And walk your heels in towards your bottom. Feet and knees are about hip distance apart, arms alongside the body. And we'll come to a supported bridge pose. So you can use your block or your prop, lift your hips up, set your block right underneath the sacrum. And then set your hips back down on top of the block. If you don't have a prop, you can just stay with your knees bent up. You'll just widen your feet apart and let your knees knock in together. Create some space across the sacrum and lower back. And choose how you'd like to place your arms. You can ground your hands onto the body. You can open up the arms a little bit or a lot, just see whatever feels good. And together here, take a full breath in. Slowly let it go through the mouth. And again, full breath in through the nose, expanding through the lungs. Softly through the mouth, let it go. And one more breath like that. Full breath in. And slow breath out. And bring your arms back down. Press into your arms and feet to lift the hips up. You can move your block out from underneath you. Slowly take the hips back down onto your mat. Hug your right knee into the chest. And extend your left leg all the way out long. Just hugging your knee into the chest. You can use your hands to help support, circling the knee around. Feel that movement into your right hip socket. You can circle around in the opposite way. Just a gentle, supported little circling, finding some mobility into that joint. Good. Keep your left hand onto your right knee. You'll open your right arm out towards the right, in line with your shoulder a little bit higher. You can shift your hips, pick them up, bump them towards the right side of your mat, and then draw the knee across over towards the left. Opening up for your twist. You can look over your right shoulder in the opposite direction of the leg. And bring your head and your knee back through center. Kind of take a moment, plant your feet back down, bring your hips back through center. Hug your left knee into the chest and extend your right leg all the way out. And again, using the hands to help guide and support, circle your left knee around, just getting that motion of the hip joint. And start to go in the opposite direction. Good, bring the knee in towards the chest, reach your left arm out towards the left. You can pick up your hips, bump them over towards the left side of your mat, and draw the left knee across over towards the right side. Option to look over your left shoulder. And just relax here. Open through the chest, twisting through the spine. And bring your head and your knees back through center. So balance your hips out, hug your knees into the chest. One more time. Go ahead and start to relax your arms down, relax your feet down. Take your time extending all the way out long for your final rest shavasana. You can lay flat or just make your most comfortable reclined position. And take a full breath in. And softly through the mouth, let it all go. Let your body rest fully and completely, integrating the practice into mind, body, and spirit. You're welcome to stay in this shape as long as you'd like and as long as you need. If you're ready to transition out, just start to deepen your breath. Take a fuller breath in and a fuller breath out. Not without feeling any haste or rushing. Nice and slow on your next inhale. Stretch your arms all the way back behind you. Feel that nice long stretch throughout the entire body from end to end. You'll start to gently bend your knees up with your eyes relaxed, closed. Softly turn to one side and use your hands and arms to guide yourself up to your meditation seat. And finding these last moments of stillness and silence. Touch your palms together in front of the heart space. Find your tall spine, grounding through the sitting bones and legs. And just take a moment to go back in. Go back inward. Find your intention. And find gratitude for whatever brought you onto your mat, whatever brought you to this act of self-care. And say thank you to that. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.